Hello everyone, it's Kat, and I wanted to film a not doing well mental health shower video because we are going through it, but these seem to help somehow, so we're gonna keep making them. As you can see, my shirt is terribly stained, so that is coming off. And it's time for a shower. So, oh, I forgot my brush. So, it's been a while since I washed my hair. So I definitely need to do that because my scalp has been kind of like weird because of the weather. Like going up and down, it really messes with my eczema. So that's fun. You can see it in all its fabulousness. I know it looks kind of blue. Oh, the water is way too hot. Oh my god. Can you see it though? You see how like steamy it is? Whew, hot. It's just hot. Like, I like it hot, but I think what happened was our bath was too cold, so we put it on like scalding hot. Gonna work? Is it gonna work? Nope. Oh, I think I do that. Right? Yeah, that works. The hue is like kind of blue because of all the lights I have in my bathroom. They're all like LED lights, and I have some set to purple and some set to blue. I did end up putting a light up here, and I did it without even thinking about videos or anything, but I just wanted to be able to take showers with the main light off and just something little in here. What was I about to do? Get my hair stuff. So it's a little blue, but I like it a lot. I don't know what it is about, I mean, I guess I do. It's just because mental health is hard. Mental health's really hard. For some reason, showering is one of the things that is one of the hardest things for us to do. I think when we talk about, people with PTSD, I feel like we don't often talk about how it affects everyday, like, little activities. Like, for me, showering can be scary because I'm naked and for an extended amount of time. But it's the idea of getting in here, because once I'm in here, I always feel better. So it's not even just showers are hard, it's literally getting in the shower is hard. So then once you're in it, it's kind of like, oh, I can do this. I read my child. There's this book, and I don't know the author, but there's like a whole line of them, and it's The Pigeon Needs a Bath, and we got it at like one of those like 3 library things that people will have at their house, which, let me say, like, those are so great. We're gonna have one when we move. I really want one, so I think we should have one. But we got it from there, and it is so relatable for people who, like, it's hard getting in the shower and stuff. I can't speak for all mental health stuff, but like for depression and for PTSD, for me, it's like, I don't know, there's always this like, the bath's not right, it's not this, it's not that, like finding excuses not to do it. Well, not excuses, but finding reasons not to do it. Like, and I'm talking about my subconscious brain, like, not consciously. So the pigeon is like, the water's too hot, too cold, too filled with toys, you know, not enough toys, like stuff like that. But then as soon as the pigeon gets in, it's like the pigeon's in a bath for like 10 hours. And I feel like that's so my experience, is like, no, it's not the staying in part. Once I'm in, I love it. It's the getting in part. It was rough. So then, oh, I didn't even show what I used. It's the Never Salty Sugar-Based Scalp and Hair Scrub, and I love this so much. It's the PTH brand. Anything I ever use for my hair is from them. But I got that, I think one time, years ago, when I first started, like, I don't know, branching out again about, like, since I didn't have locks anymore, I kind of had to relearn how to take care of my curls. So, and then, of course, the hair product options, it changed a lot. In the 7 years I went without taking care of my hair, like, it was just, like, curly. I was doing things that are great for people that have locks more so, and things targeted towards that, but I tried this because my eczema was really acting up on my scalp. Mine definitely gets worse with stress and with weather changes, and we've had both. So I got it, then loved it, and then purchased it again recently because we weren't really having issues with it that much, but as soon as like this last month has hit where the weather is just being weird, definitely needed it. And I was always like, not against these, but I never bought one of the scalp thingies. Growing up, my like birth grandparents, they used one of these, a lot less fancy, but because they both had dandruff, and I always used to see it and be like, that's so weird, because at the time I had like waist length curly hair, and now a lot of my curls have like fallen more because, you know, with age your hair changes, pregnancy your hair changes, and then I've also bleached this hair 3 times now. So the curls aren't as tight as they used to be, but when I was a kid, they were really curly. So I used to think I was so silly, like that's never going to go in my hair. But then I found these as time has gone on, and they make really cute ones now that have a really long silicone, not bristles, but you know, like the pointy part that goes to your scalp. They're a lot longer than the ones I was introduced to, so they would actually go through my hair. And I just got it like when I was shopping for the other stuff for my scalp, because my partner and my meta both use one and love it. And I was like, I don't know, they had really short straight hair, and so I was not convinced it would still work for me, but I was like, we're gonna try something new to see if it helps. And it makes a huge difference. Such a big difference. Like already I can feel that there's like the buildup is gone for the most part, as far as like what's on my scalp. I haven't washed my hair yet, but just speaking from like my scalp's perspective, I'm like feeling around and I don't feel any more patches, so that's really good. So relaxing. Something about like playing in my hair is just so calming. So I use a pretty decent amount of shampoo. And sometimes I just like kind of slap it on there like this and like run it through with my fingers. And then other times I do it like that if I feel like there's more of an area that needs it. So I'm just going through like that. And then I need a little bit more to do the back, because right at the nape of my neck it gets pretty bad, because that's like, you know, where your like sweat collects, I guess. Don't know. But before I would be here for so long trying to get my fingers in every single little spot, but now I just use this and I go in circles and just relax and enjoy it. I hope this is keeping someone company while doing something. I try to find these. They're so hard to find. Like, you can find videos of people showering, but it's never like a shower with you, almost like a role play situation. And I love those, like, sorry, this feels so nice. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh, loving these videos. Yeah, I've always, if I want body doubling, I want it for that specific thing. Like, if I'm planning and I'm not filming it, I'm watching someone else that's filmed it in real time. And I like the ones where they talk. Like, no music in the background, nothing else going on, they're just babbling. You can hear, like, the things going on around them, you know, like a kid running around, or cars going by. Just, like, normal sounds that we hear that we don't think about. Being able to relax and watch someone's video and watch them just kind of chill and feel like I'm chilling with them, and we're obviously both getting something out of it, because they must be getting something out of it to make the video, and I'm getting something out of it by watching it. So it's just like a really cool, like, more intimate moment. I don't know if y'all could, if that camera if the microphone picked up that, but that was one very, very loud pop of my wrist, or my elbow. Like getting water everywhere with this thing open, but it's fine. Okay, so the roots are really well done. Just gonna feel around and make sure everything feels like it's coated. And then I'll rinse it. Sometimes if the hair is real nasty, I'll wash it twice, but it doesn't feel that bad. I washed it like a week ago, which ideally for my hair, I would love to go longer. Like when I was younger, I used to go like a month at a time, which sounds great for my actual hair, but my scalp is like, no. I can leave my hair bone dry, which I would not recommend, but I've tried it. Like near my roots, like I only put stuff on the very ends when my hair was really long, and my scalp still did that. I've done the oils and all this stuff. There's nothing that helps but just washing it more often, and washing it with good products that are really getting it clean. I try to just like focus on rinsing at this point and not brushing, but if I feel like a big knot, I'll try to get it out. Just so that I can make sure that I'm rinsing it thoroughly, because I feel like if there's knots that were created by the soap, it'll stay in there or something. I don't know. I'm not fancy, but that just makes sense to me that it would hold the soap. And I want to get literally as much out as possible so that it's not interfering with my conditioner. Okay. Conditioner time. Come to me. Conditioner is so fickle to get out, and of course it's slippery. There we go. I am really surprised that my hair is even this healthy because, like I said, I've bleached the ends of it 3 times. And nothing is broken off. Like, nothing that I wouldn't want to happen has happened to it. I did trim the dead ends recently, so that was nice. I feel like it looks a lot better to me now. Like, with curly hair, sometimes people don't notice the ends of your hair, like the health of the ends of your hair, where you may with someone with straight or more wavy hair. But I can tell a difference, definitely, when I look at it, straightened or curly. I can really see a difference for sure on how the health looks. So I'm just brushing through it. I like to do this because it makes sure that my hair is completely coated in the conditioner, but also feel like it's just that extra rub of the scalp just to make sure that all that buildup that may have just come off my scalp is like actually gonna slide out when I rinse this. Plus, this is just such a nice, like, brushing through detangled hair, making sure it's on your scalp is so nice. It's a nice grounding tool for me to do in the shower if I'm feeling anxious still after I've got out of the shower. Sometimes I'll just stand and do that for a bit. But usually once I get in here, I'm fine. Our lovely little hair baby. Alright, so next I wash my hands because, I don't know, I like washing my hands, and I was doing it when I first got in the shower and then doing it again after I did my hair, and it just started to not make sense. So I wash and condition my hair first, and I feel like the shampoo kind of washes my hands, but then again my hair is dirty, that's why I'm washing it. So then I wash my hands after that because I'm about to wash my face next, and I want to make sure that I'm not putting germs on my face. My acne has gotten a bit better since I finished up my birth control, but it's in different places. So like you can see the dots, like the scarring. That's where I was getting that acne, but literally just right here, like a quarter size area on both sides of my cheek, but just right there. And now I had, like, you know, the ones here, and I've got one right here, even have one like up here, right there, which is weird because these places I don't normally break out. Like I don't have adult acne or anything like that. You can see I have some texture bumps on my forehead. Those have come back. Those used to be there when I was much younger, like high school. And then they went away, but they've come back now. I don't know what's going on, but everything's fine. I wash my face for 60 seconds because someone suggested it in a video I watched, and I was like, you know, that makes a really good point. Like, why do you wash your hair? Why is it normal to wash your face for less time than you wash your hands? Like, I feel like it should be more because your face is your face. Like, your hands aren't gonna break out really if you don't keep your palms clean. Your hands aren't gonna break out in a bunch of zits. But with your face, if you leave that stuff here, it does. And I will tell y'all, I don't know if we've ever said this before, but I did not realize how dirty your face gets throughout the day until I started wearing glasses. Because let me tell you, the amount of times in a day that I have to stop and wash my glasses because everything looks blurry is wild. There's just so much that gets on that. Some days I'll like look at my glasses and I'm like, how? Like, what got sprayed in my face that's making all these little white dots? No idea. I mean, I have a 2-year-old, but no idea. That's good. That is one of the scariest parts for me. I don't know about anyone else, but I hate rinsing my face. I feel so vulnerable with my eyes closed like that, where I feel like if I open them I'll hurt myself, so I really have no good option. Even though nothing is like literally my spouse and my mother are both in the house. My kid's here. My giant pit bull is here. Like, it's not logic. Logically, I understand that I'm not in danger at all. But my body has no clue. No clue at all that we're safe. So, that fear of, like, that panic feeling that you get when something scary is about to happen, I get that literally just from rinsing my face. I'm going to take my little towel-y thingy. I see these everywhere, and I love them so much. Because when I was younger, obviously, I don't know if everyone knows this, but I was a gymnast for like 10 years. I like taught it and everything. And I was like a 00 for like the majority of my life. So I never had to think about like not reaching my back or in between my rolls. Like, that never occurred to me. So I never really put much thought into it. And then I got fat, and it was like, how are we, this, and the whole, like, handle, big handle, that was never my thing. It felt weird. So I found these, and I am thoroughly impressed. Everyone of any size can use these, 100%. They're great for everybody. But I do love that you can open it up, stretch it out to wash your back, and in places that are harder to reach. This channel is about honesty, so we're just going to be real honest. This is one of the harder parts. I feel like this is the hard part. Actually, no, this is the hard part. This is hard too. Washing off. So, I think this is really funny. I used to be, okay, so when I say I, y'all know what I mean. We, the body, went through this phase where we were on a path to unlock all our trauma, just like rip it out like a Band-Aid and be healed. So we did all the things. We learned about Kundalini stuff and like Tantra and all this stuff. So we were practicing. First of all, that is like problematic as hell. We all learned every single day, and I have no business practicing that. Or even if I take pieces of it to practice because I like it, I'm not going to call it that. Like, I think a lot of things are shared amongst cultures, but terms I think we need to be cautious of. So, I had no business doing that, but I did because I was literally just trying to rip the trauma out of my body. And I don't know why, but I keep getting the most horrible targeted ads. I keep saying it out loud, so hopefully my FBI agent that's assigned to me this is a joke, that is deciding what commercials to give me. Instead of giving me a bunch of commercials for something that I just bought, give me commercials for things that I actually need. Like, I keep getting the weirdest stuff. So, one of them that came up on my thing was for this, like, where you can go and do certain stretches and have your trauma released, and it made me very emotional. And I was thinking to myself, like, I do as little movement as possible to keep my trauma in because I'm not ready for any more to come out. I mean, like, that is such a, like, the culture is to, like, okay, you've identified that you have trauma, now you have to plow through and heal yourself. And this 30-day course of yoga will do that. It's just not realistic. And it's not safe. That's the one thing. I totally just flung soap in my eyes. That is one thing that I talk a lot about with my therapist. Because I've had many over the years. Say the exact same thing, that you can't just plow through trauma. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I have trauma, so all I need to do is read 5 self-help books and help every single person I know. Oh my gosh, is it like an eyelash? No clue. But in my age, I've learned, like, yeah, you know, if you're trying to avoid the hospital, just let it unlock at its own pace. So that's what we're doing. And just for, I feel like I talk about them all the time now, but it's because y'all are how I process. Not therapy, yes. And also, making these videos is a great opportunity for different members of the system to kind of know what we're thinking or what's going on. And that's like one of the main things we want to do, is like to build communication and understanding within our own system. But we also, you know, just talking out loud is a great way to learn things about yourself, ourselves. And that is something that we're working through with our edibles that are very legal. But I just want to give some reference. So you see me in the shower and I'm like, yes, we are doing this together, friend. We are getting clean. We are, you know, joking about our dumpster fire of a brain. This is great. But I also want you to know that I've taken 2 whole gummies, which is 4 doses for me. I take only half at a time throughout the course of today, because I kept throwing out. It just wouldn't stop. So, I say all this to say, what you're seeing is a very good moment for me. This is a very good shower, and the only way that I'm able to achieve doing this is taking them, because otherwise I wanted to tell this. I tell y'all my jokes or funny little thoughts. So one of the people that I was following was this like black mom, and her whole thing was like, let's talk about things, because she's like, I don't know, supposed to be like the mom for kids that didn't have that. And so it's like a black mom just giving like life advice stuff, and was speaking out about, you know, like everyone's talking about like messy culture is okay, or like having your house being unlivable and you being dirty and unkept is okay. Like back then, like we didn't do that. Like, you're having a bad day, well, you still cleaned and cooked and got your man ready and all this stuff. And I think that is the narrative that is pushed in the black community so much. Is like, well, your ancestors endured worse than you are right now, so you need to just suck it up and do it. Like everyone before us. Like, that's very much the conversation that is had. And my grandma, she's literally the only person in my entire life that has loved me and been there physically for me from the moment I was born to now. That woman is my everything. She is my rock. Like, yeah, I don't even know. She means so much to me. Sometimes I just cry, like, talking about how much I love her, because I love her that much. Because my childhood was so bad. I'm like trying to decide. I need to wipe this camera out. I'm gonna use this. It's so foggy. She is my everything, right? She also has DID. Now, none of us knew it, but we all were like, I'm just like her. I'm just like her. Everyone, like, I look just like her, very much like her. While I'm talking, I'm going to decide what body scrub I want to use. Thinking I might use this one because it's got melatonin in it and chamomile. Probably use that. She has DID. Which, so she had the diagnosis bipolar and schizophrenic, but I always wondered, like, because when I got diagnosed with bipolar, I was like, you don't seem, like, she doesn't seem like she cycles or anything like that. Everything is very, like, abrupt and completely different than anything I had associated with bipolar disorder. And the schizophrenia, obviously, because she, like, has auditory and visual hallucinations and stuff, but I don't know why everyone was just like, oh, schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. So when I found out I had DID, I told her, and, like, this woman, I swear, she was like, she was there for me when I came out as gay, like, queer. She was, like, she literally didn't even care, like, at all. And that I came out as, like, polyamorous, and she was like, well, you know, back in my day, I dated 2 guys at the same time. I was like, is there anything you haven't done? Like, every time I say I'm doing something new, she's like, oh yeah, I've done that. So I tell her I have DID, and she's like, of course, like, what's that? And I was like, it's what they used to call multiple personality disorder. And she was like, oh, I have that. Like, I'm sorry. What? Like, what? But I'm not surprised, because when I told her, I was, like, thinking, because I had had time to process it, like, I wanted that to process it before I told her, just because, like, she does have a lot of mental illness, and she doesn't remember everything, and she gets real confused. So I didn't want to say anything before I knew, really, you know, because I didn't want to, like, confuse her if it weren't true. So I wanted to wait till I had all the information. I fully got my diagnosis and, like, kind of had an understanding of what was going on. And I thought, like, I wonder if that's something Grandma has, because she, like, will, like, be completely different. Like, she'll be one way, and you leave the room for 30 minutes, and you come back, and she's, like, uses a different vocabulary, speaks differently, like, says different stuff, moves differently, changes her mind on what she wants or what she doesn't want. Sometimes she'll be aggressive, like, really aggressive, and then other times she, like, barely talks. She'll act like a kid sometimes, like, literally have tantrums. And she's, like, I think she's 77, right? Because she turned 78 this year. So, anyway, I thought that was hilarious. And the answer to this very convoluted thing that I've started telling you is that what happened to people like us back then was we were institutionalized, because that's what happened to her. Like, that's why you see all these moms who are like talking about their mental health and like inability to function and do certain stuff, like taking, obviously there's a lot of factors, it's not just that, but if you're going to take it at just a base value and not take into consideration how the entire world around us is completely different than back then, like you can't function in it the way that they used to function in it, it's just not feasible. Taking all that out of consideration, a lot of the people on that are talking about these things would not have families. Wouldn't have families. They may not have jobs, they may be unemployed, they may be what you would call a shut-in or a hermit, they don't have resources, or they're institutionalized. Like my grandma was. It's just like, this shit is just wild. And it's wild that she has DID. So basically the story was, she was like, I do too, and I was like, I've never heard that. And she was like, yeah, that's what they told me when I was locked up, institutionalized, in a psych ward. You know, I mean, I wasn't even born yet. My dad was still young. But I was like, I'm sorry. That shit's crazy. And she just started talking to me. I was like, well, who am I talking to today? And she'll like tell me. And I'm like, okay. So it's just like bizarre. It's bizarre how some people from back then remember this reality that is so not the reality that others went through, you know, because they're two black women, right? Like this, my grandma did protests and got arrested multiple times for being in protests. Like, I mean, we talk about slavery like it was so long ago. Like, first of all, hello, my life story here. But even that aside, like, doing it legally was not that long ago. Like, my great-grandma, who I knew, like, she passed away when I was young, but I knew her, I had a relationship with her. She was raised by women that were enslaved. Like, I knew her, and she was raised that way. Like, how long ago was it? Not that long ago. So the idea that a bunch of black people have enough trauma to cause them to have DID, it's like, I don't understand why we're not talking about that more in the community of, like, generational trauma. Yeah. Yeah. You do have to have a certain amount of trauma at a certain age to develop DID. But I would dare say, I'm sorry, I'm getting like a little snarky, but it's just like, the idea that people are just lazy now and don't know how to take care of their homes really baffles me. Because you're talking about a certain, like a small amount of people compared to all the people in the world that weren't able to accomplish that for any amount of reason. Like, do they just not matter? Do they just not count because they weren't able to be on YouTube showing it? Like, I don't know. Blissful ignorance, I guess. So I did all my body scrub. I hope if you're still in your shower with me, I'm really proud of you. You're doing a great job. Like, seriously, we've been in the shower now for like 45 minutes. Can you believe that? It's awesome. We're all doing a great job. So I'm not gonna do mine. I have like the sugar polish thing, and I'm not gonna do it because I'm just like don't have the energy to. I cleaned my bathroom before I filmed this video, and because it was kind of gross. By kinda, I mean really, really gross. But I've been cleaning it over the course of a few days, and today was just like the last little bit that I had to do. So I'm really glad that I broke it up like that, and that I can start off, you know, Monday going into the week with like a clean bathroom and a clean body. I didn't change my sheets yesterday, so there's clean sheets. Those are big, big things. We are out here doing it. If no one has told you they're proud of you and that you're doing a good job for doing something like taking a shower, I'm proud of you, and I think you're doing a good job because the shit is hard. It is difficult. And we're doing it. And we're alive. So that's like really cool. That means you're doing well enough to keep a body alive. Sometimes that's the way you gotta look at it. Like, as complicated as our bodies are, you're alive right now. You've done a good job. You have kept that body alive every day, at least most of every day of your entire life. It's like the ultimate plant. You know how everyone's so proud for however many years they keep the plant alive? No one's talking about humans, they're talking about us. Proud that you kept yourself alive long enough to watch this video. That's a win. And that's enough of a win in and of itself. However you have to manage and cope to stay alive for another day, you're doing a great job. Doing a great job. Okay. I think all of that is out and everything is clean. So we're gonna fight my shower. The knob broke pretty much like as soon as we moved in. And you have to just keep turning it for an unspecified amount of time until you feel the pull back that it's tight. And even then it still drips for a while after you're done. Do we want to do the whole thing? We should do the whole thing. Oh, my nose ring out. I was going to get off camera to do my lotion and my hair, but I'm going to bring y'all with me because maybe you need a pal to do that too. Okay, there we go. So you're coming with me. It was so hot in there. Okay. Yeah, I'm over here now. Hello. We're so clean. Feeling really emotional all of a sudden. And I think it's because I'm literally that proud of myself for doing that. Share my sweet little we're doing it together video with you. I'm like standing on my toilet and it's making noise. I love this color. The blue is so pretty and it makes like the blues in my room pop, but it also makes me look so tired. Look like I have a black eye. My eyes don't really look that bad in regular lighting, but it's the blue. Okay. I'm fairly dry. Not as dry as I'm gonna be before putting on lotion. And I like to just throw my hair up. And it's not for drying purposes at all. It's literally because I hate the feeling of wet hair on the back of my neck when I'm trying to get dry. It's the worst. There's a hair. Okay. I got it. So we've got our lotion. This is my favorite in the whole world, and it's iridescent, so it's not showing up because of the blue, but it is the Mermaid Kiss Whipped Body Butter by Amina, I think is how you say it. This is literally my favorite lotion in the entire world that I've ever tried in my entire life. It's definitely a body butter, and I'm just putting on my deodorant. It's a rock. It's a salt rock that I've had for... Oh. So now you can see why I like it. I've had that thing for at least 5 years. It's like, it used to have a container and a shape, and now it's just a block of salt. Oh yeah, that's the look. So, deodorant on, body butter on. It's so gorgeous, like the rainbow color. Love it. Look at my face is like so orange in this lighting. It makes my mermaid look pretty though. Look at it. Over there. I wonder if we can turn it. I just got a new ring light because I may or may not have broken my other one. Oh, let's see. So I don't know how to work it yet. Oh, that one's fun. That looks so blue. Oh, we'll do that. That's like that's just white light. Now you can see what everything actually looks like. Alright, see? I don't look as tired. It's genetic. It doesn't matter how much I sleep. My eyes just look like that. Okay. So, I dissociated for a while because of the lighting. I was distracted, so I don't remember what I did, but I can feel what I did because this lotion is so good. I keep looking to the other side, and that's because my viewfinder, I can see over there. So what happened was I was doing a little dance. I guess so heavy that the floor moved underneath me, and I shook the ring light with the thing on it. That was funny. Didn't know I did that. I'm just rubbing lotion on my ass. Gotta do what you gotta do. See, just look at that. This is without any fancy light. This is just a white light. Look at how gorgeous. It's freaking amazing. And it just, like, it looks like ice cream to me, like sherbet or something. And I love the aesthetic of that. It's very exciting. So I love it so much. And I'm being very generous with the amount that I'm using because my body has been so dry. Do you know what I just realized? I forgot to put on my body oil first. It's fine. Everything is fine. Okay. One leg down, one leg to go. And then we'll be done. Then we will have done it all. I mean, I try to let my hair dry a little bit before I put anything in it, only because it is so, like, porous, I guess. It holds water for so long that if I put product in it right away, it won't be dry by morning. Which I guess isn't that big of a deal, but I feel like, I don't know, I don't want my hair to get moldy. When I was a kid, that used to happen because my hair would be wet for so long. You can see my hot roots. I don't even mind it because I wanted the front to be pink because everything else is so pastel. Because whenever my bangs down, it's just like bright pink peeking through. It looks really nice. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it. Just imagine that this is product and that we're all done. We did it. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of me. I'm so proud of us. We all did it together. Thank you so much. I really hope that this kept you company, and I hope that you feel loved and clean. And I will talk to you later. Bye.